Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly,
Eric. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Eric,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with App Gaming. Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Eric Anderson.
Kelly.
Rick.
Robert is also here as well. allegedly.
This week we watched Zombieland, directed by Ruben Fleischer, written by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone, and Woody Harrelson. IMDb synopsis: a shy student trying to reach his family in Ohio, a gun-toting bruiser in search of the last Twinkie, and a pair of sisters striving to get to an amusement park join forces in a trek across zombie-filled America. So what do you guys think?
I enjoyed the movie when I watched it before.
The initial part of his story where he takes in Amber Heard and then you get to see what poor Johnny Depp had to live through.
How
mean,
is there not
she-
memes of like when Johnny Depp's fucking trial shit was going?
There are, and there were. I
I-
sent like 7 of them to Steve.
You didn't send any of them to me because I never saw one. And if I
I
did,
sent to Steve. Why would I send it to you? You don't look at your phone.
I look at memes.
I sent you a message yesterday. No response.
What? No, I didn't get a message yesterday.
See why I don't send any messages?
Mm-hmm.
They just float off into the ether,
I
and I get
think
the
you're
same thing as
lying.
from Mom. I didn't see it. I never got it.
Yep.
No, I didn't send a message yesterday. I'm just busting your balls.
I was about to go on a tirade
Oh man,
that would probably get Steve kicked off the internet.
this is the Heroic Adventure channel,
It
so
could
it'd be
could
the whole
probably be
channel.
construed as some sort of insensitivity.
I like this movie. I thought it was pretty good. It's like, this is another one of those ones where the zombies aren't actually dead. It looks like they're like infected, which I guess makes sense when he like sprays the shit in Amber Heard's face, and she's like, because
Mm-hmm.
zombies shouldn't be coughing at
She
something
doesn't
like that.
do that in real life. How do you think she got those movie parts?
Damn it. So, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
Sure.
Dumb as hell to go to a fucking amusement park. Come on.
No,
what are
yeah,
you
that's
doing?
like the stupidest fucking place you want to go to.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is.
There's
Look what
gotta be
happened
at
to
least
him.
10 stupider places to go than an amusement park.
I don't know. Amusement park is pretty fucking far up there, dude.
I think that's like top 10. I mean,
Yeah.
top 5.
Yeah,
Dick's
top
house
five.
is
Yeah.
stupider.
I mean, you're not gonna have
you
very much
kidding?
food.
there's
It's
tons of things out
And,
there
like,
that make a
are
lot of
you really-
noise.
No, I know, and lights and brights. Yeah,
Yeah, are you really able to run the ride yourself? That was bullshit. No fucking way. Oh, you just hit the button. Oh, we'll hop on right in time. That's not how it fucking
Yeah,
works.
I
No,
don't
not
get
at all.
how they even had fucking
Jeez.
power in that situation. I'm not gonna lie.
The time when Woody Harrelson's there and the fucking cart stops right in front of him, he wasn't even like at the like beginning part of the ride. He's just like up somewhere high up,
Yeah.
and it just stops for him so he
Uh-huh.
can get in.
Yeah, exactly. One of the he's just trained one of the zombies to stop the ride for him when he needs it to be stopped.
Yeah,
You guys
You
are
know.
forgetting about the most obvious thing, which is that the ghost of Bill Murray broed out and stopped the ride for him.
I mean it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what happened. He's like, don't worry, I'll get this one for you guys.
haven't-
Cinderella story. He's gonna stop. He stopped him.
I haven't watched the second one. Do we have zombie Bill Murray in that?
Is there? I've never seen the second one.
I've never there have I. I didn't even realize there was a second
He
I
one.
wouldn't be zombie because
I
he's
think
he
I may
got
have
dead
seen
by.
the second one.
Yeah,
And,
but see, that would depend
There was
if.
a after credit scene with Bill Murray.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Credits.
I guess that would also depend on how the virus works in this movie. Like, is it only by
It- that's the
biting that
virus.
turns you, or is it just everyone is infected and when you die you just turn kind of like, what the fuck was that?
Walking Dead. But the thing is
Yeah.
they're not dead in this. They're infected. Like I was saying,
So
that's
they're
why when
kinda
they
like
did
28
stuff-
days later.
yeah, that's why when they did stuff like when he slams the door on Turd's leg and she screams, she's still alive. She's just infected. Or he says their brains swelled up, and then they get the fucking they get the hunger.
the hunger.
They eat some fucking
And they
coon meat,
didn't let,
and then
and
they
they
get
didn't
the
let
hunger.
Johnny Depp off on any of those excuses. That's bullshit.
That's right.
I mean, she
Um,
pooped in his bed, for God's sakes. I think she maybe caught a real zombie virus.
That's possible. So yeah, I mean, I don't
Maybe
think
a
everybody is
possibility.
infected. Otherwise, they would just
Okay.
be psychos all the time.
Okay. Yeah. What's the zombie movie where they go to the island? And there's
island.
like
Are you talking at the very end of it?
no, because that was where they're in the mall.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. I'm talking about the one where like they get on the ferry and they go across, and for whatever reason, the dude jumps in the fucking water to swim back to the ferry and has to bite a fucking zombie's finger off, and he gets infected because he bit a zombie's finger off. And like they get to the island, and, like there's people living there.
Gross.
But like they have like the people the residents that turn into zombies just like chained up in their front yards.
Are you talking about Fido? No.
No, this is like a newer one.
Is this a
Fido's-
comedy
Fido's a newer
movie?
one.
Like
You're talking-
Dread something?
No, it wasn't.
There's
Land of the
Bill Murray
Dead?
zombie movie that I
And
haven't
it's like they
seen.
get there like to the island, they're like trying to escape the fucking virus because they think, oh well, we'll just take this fucking ferry to this island because it's secluded. But like, there's like tons of fucking zombies there as well too, and like weird people living there that like don't allow anyone to kill the zombies because they're like, oh, they're still our friends and neighbors. We just keep them chained up in their yards now. And it's like, why the fuck would you do that? And then they get all pissed off at the people
Because
that
they're
came
better
there.
neighbors that way. That's why. You know what I'm saying?
I
But then they get like pissed off at
know.
the people
No, I
that
have
came
neighbors
there
that would.
because they ended up shooting one of the zombies, and they're like, well, the fucker tried to bite me.
Why would
Okay,
you
it's not
keep
that
zombies
one.
if you have zombies in your that you're keeping? Just knock their fucking teeth out. It's not complicated. Like you could do that in a fucking like 3-man team. 2 hold them down. 1 guy with a hammer. Bang, bang, bang. Teeth knocked out.
Wear some fucking gloves and a Carhartt jacket, and guess what? They're not gonna be able to bite through it.
Well, it also depends on the zombie the zombie movie too, because sometimes when you get a scratch, that also does it. So you have to cut their arms off also.
Yeah.
You just have to. No, you just take pliers and rip their fingernails off.
Well, eventually they're gonna dig. They're gonna dig away their skin and then have bone there, and they'll still be able to scratch. So just take their
Put-
appendages
put
away
fucking-
completely.
Put fucking mittens on them.
That way they're just like a turd rolling in the wind.
Why don't you just cut their arms off? Why do you want to keep their hands? What are you doing with their hands, Robert? What are you doing with their hands, man?
Because you're trying to pretend they're fucking your friends still. Like
Then give them fucking mannequin arms. Strap mannequin arms to them after you cut their arms off.
Uh-huh.
that's some
Mhm.
problem solving, Steve. That's why you make the big bucks.
You don't want to have any way, like in some of these fucking things, the zombies somehow get super strength and are able to fucking pull people apart, and then other times they can barely get through a fucking plastic bag. So I don't know. Don't leave their hands on there. Get rid of that shit. I can't find the movie you're talking about, Ricky. There's a movie called The Resort, but it's I don't see you of ever watching it because I have never watched it. So
It's one that we've watched before. Like I don't know for the podcast, but like I know like both of us have watched this movie.
Is it Parasite? I've never seen that one either.
No, it's not Parasite.
Now I'm just guessing zombie movies that I haven't seen.
I don't even think Parasite is a zombie movie. I think it's a Parasite.
I don't know if it is or not. I've never seen it.
okay, so the movie Parasite is like it's a movie about con people or con men and shit like that like con a rich family. Now there's a book series, and then I think they made an anime about it called Parasite, and that one is that one's an alien like thing.
Yeah,
where like the aliens can
fucking
be anything.
brutal too.
Yeah. So
You talking about Club Dread? Is that a movie?
That
has
That
zombies?
is a movie, but it doesn't have
but that
zombies.
is not the movie
Okay.
that I'm thinking about though. Which is also that's another crazy ass fucking movie.
Zombie Resort.
fuck?
That's what it's called.
It's not. I guarantee you, it's not.
Zombie Island.
I
Island
guarantee you,
of
it's not.
zombie chain people.
Ricky, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. I'll keep looking, but I can't find anything.
Oh, I just had a really fucked up thought. I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
Okay.
I know it started out with I think it was like a group of people
Doesn't
my
help.
God.
who were like in a fucking jeep.
Do you know anybody in the movie? I know this is a long shot, but do you know any
No.
actor in this movie?
Probably like I probably recognize them if I were to
That
see
one
them,
guy.
but there's no fucking chance in hell that I know what their names are.
Hey,
What other
everybody.
movies might have been it?
Hey everybody, Justin's here. Justin,
Late,
introduce
late
yourself.
edition, Justin.
Yep.
Yeah, typical.
I got nothing, Ricky.
Streaming
Wait,
now.
I
so
know
you
who
can't
is in it.
drop
Was
hard
Mike
Rs,
Hunt in it?
okay?
I know
Mike
the
Hunt was
guy-
definitely an actor.
I know the guy that fucking bit the zombie's finger off and was swimming across the fucking water to get back to the ferry. Had like a French accent. I know that much.
That's super good. Oh. Fuck.
Was it called Zombie Fairies?
Why is
There
that not
was
working?
There was a lesbian chick in
That
there
sucks. Why is
that
you sure it was The Walking
that the
Dead?
French dude wanted to fucking bang, but she obviously wouldn't let him.
What is with these mice, dude? Number 8 work, you prick.
I got nothing, Ricky. I don't know.
Okay, I'm lost. Did
Was
you
it
say something about a
Lost?
beach?
That has an island.
Yeah, that's
Were there zombies in Lost?
No.
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 Are you sure? They had
Positive.
like 90,000
You've
seasons.
never seen it.
Oh yeah, you've seen it. To know there was 19,000 seasons. You know, your bullshit is just through the roof.
You know, I can't watch Lost because I know that like everyone says that it has like a really like lackluster ending. And I'm like, well, I don't want to get invested in a fucking show just to have it end like shit. It's the same reason why I'm having trouble finishing Game of Thrones. I'm like, I can't get invested in this when I know it's just gonna end like shit. Like, because like I'm just watching this to get built up, just to be, you know, like I know for a fact I'm just gonna be disappointed by the ending. Like, so it's like these shows that have already completed that I know, like, you know, everyone says has shitty endings. I'm like, I can't watch them now because I know they have shitty endings.
I don't think Lost necessarily ended in shit with shit or whatever.
A shitty ending?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's kind of like up in the air in your interpretation kind of thing.
Yeah.
I did a
yeah.
rewatch and I still like, oh yeah, I remember that. I was like, it was
Yeah.
mixed feelings. It wasn't like shitty, but it was like, okay, I see what they're
Yeah,
doing.
There's a huge difference as well.
It's
The last few seasons of Lost was good, right, Kelly?
Yeah, I mean, it's all good. It's just
Yeah. The last few seasons of Game of Thrones were trash. There's like at least
Yeah.
2 of
Yeah.
them that were just pure garbage, and you're like, did somebody else write this? I mean, what did they switch drugs in the middle of it? I mean, that's what it feels like. It's terrible.
Was there a zombie tiger in it, Ricky?
Now you're really pushing
That
it.
sounds like a
I
no.
can't remember, but
Okay, you'd remember if there's a zombie tiger. Come on. There's,
I feel
was the
like
movie
I
Ravenous?
remember watching something with a zombie tiger in it.
yeah,
No, I can't-
I've definitely watched this movie, but,
Yeah, but
I don't think it's the movie you're
But
talking
like,
about.
I can't remember if that was like with this other movie here. You know what I mean? Like, I can't know was is that memory connected to this other memory? Like, I don't have that connection between those two to tell you whether or not they're actually connected or not. There, like,
I hate it when that happens.
like, I'm trying to remember more of this movie, like, and it's difficult for me because it's been so long since I've seen it, and it's like I'm trying to like remember like the details that I do remember, but it's like these details are obviously just not enough to help you figure out what the fuck the movie is. Obviously, I'm like, to me, there's like details that stood out, but I'm like, okay, like apparently these are just mundane details, like.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Because, like, the biggest part of the
Zombie
thing there
tiger.
was they tried to get to the marina. Because they were, like, like on the mainland. And they're trying to get to the marina. And they get the ferry going. And the fucking French dude I guess, misses the ferry and has to hop in the water. And the water's full of fucking zombies because the zombies,
Ricky's having fucking zombie sex dreams.
if they're
The next-
fucking
I mean,
under
that's
the
all
water.
this is.
And then a
Yeah,
zombie reaches
Ricky's
up and
all
grabs the
about
dude's
zombie
face.
berries.
So he goes and bites his finger off.
Were you the French dude in the thing?
And then, like,
Yeah,
he
he's-
climbs up onto the ferry.
Oh, mon cher, oui, oui. Oh, you don't
You
like
know.
oui, oui? Oh, no.
Damn it.
Yeah, and then like he hides the fact that he's getting sick from everyone, like everyone else, like everyone does.
Oh,
You know, when they know they get
oh,
infected.
no.
It just sounds like the plot for every zombie movie.
Oh, man. I can't find it, Ricky. I don't know. No
There's
fucking
too
clue,
many
man.
zombie movies. You need to be more specific.
How?
Remember
This is more than Ricky's. This is more than Ricky's ever remembered about anything. All right.
Most
Well,
people
back to
tend
the
to
movie
remember
that
the
we
fucking
just watched.
actor.
Some of us.
Or the year.
Zombieland. I
Uh-huh.
think Justin's probably seen it once.
Yeah.
You know,
many
I
times.
doubt it.
I liked the thing. I mean, their move. All of the universe that they live in must be a lot nicer than ours, because the whole idea of having your 12-year-old sister sneak up on some guy and get in the truck with him while you're not right there, that's bad.
Yeah,
That's
that,
not
Yeah.
a good, that's not a good
Nobody's
plan.
stealing my
seems-
shit.
that seems retarded.
Yeah, I mean,
then they're
you don't do
trapped.
that.
Like, oh, she was bit. Like, first of all,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, hey, we're two lonely dudes, and here's live girls. I guess one's fucking young, but like, at this point, it's Zombieland, so she'll grow up eventually, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And-
like
and
they're
if
over
she's-
there, like asking them
let's-
to
Let's
shoot
not
her little
let's not
sister.
just smoke her right now. We'll tie her up for a day, and if she doesn't turn, we'll call it fucking good. Otherwise,
I mean,
Yeah.
what I've
you just
foreseen
like,
is, oh my
oh,
god,
okay,
she's been bit,
bam.
and Woody Harrelson just shoots her in the head. Well,
That's kind of
fixed it
what
for
like
you.
I was like expecting was going to happen when I first watched the movie. I'm like,
yeah.
you're a freaking idiot for doing that, for even saying that. Like, most people that have survived and lived through a zombie apocalypse to this extent there, you walk up to them, say like, hey, my little sister's bit and I don't have the heart to put her down. You're going to be like, okay. You're going to walk back there, see her, and be like, hey, think of something really
Well-
nice, and you're going to fucking have mice and men her, and stand behind her, pull out your gun and go, think of petting bunnies. Bam!
Oh, I thought he was talking.
Then you're
about
gonna fucking
strangling
shoot her in the
like
back
she
of the
was a
fucking
rabbit.
head. You know,
I
like,
was
and then
damn,
like,
Ricky's going full barbarian on her. He's just like,
yeah, you know, and it's just like,
Bunny,
well, no, that's how he kills Lenny in the end. He fucking
Yeah,
makes
I
him talk
remember
about, you know,
after
the
you said
bunnies, and then he shoots him in the back of the fucking head. It's like, I mean,
Yeah.
like, if you're gonna survive, I'm like, if you're surviving a zombie apocalypse and someone comes up to you and says like, yeah, my little fucking, you know, fucking sibling here is bit and I don't have the heart to put him down before they turn, like, that's probably what you're gonna end up doing, is you're gonna be like, yeah, here's a fucking stuffed animal,
Bonk.
I'm gonna pet the fuzzy fucking stuffed animal, and just think of that stuffed animal while you stand behind them and just pump them in the fucking head so they're not scared before you kill them. You know what I mean? Like, and then the older sister's gonna be freaking out now because she was trying to con you, and you just fucking murked her fucking sister, and then you look at her going like, you just fucking told me she was fucking infected. What did you expect to fucking happen, you dumbass?
He's so angry.
Like,
Saying
this
it
is a
so
fucking
personally.
zombie apocalypse.
Well,
Like, why are you being so
also, like,
stupid?
They didn't inspect the wound. Did they inspect it? Like, it's like
No, obviously not, because she wasn't bit.
No,
yeah.
yeah.
So you're like,
I
oh
mean,
shit.
they basically
what?
took their word for it. Which is
Yeah.
also something tells me that if they're that trusting, then they would not be alive. Like, that stupidity would have got them killed much sooner than just then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that Hollywood pure luck. Like, I'm an idiot and I still survived.
Yeah.
No.
There
I
are
mean,
going to
like-
be people. If there was a zombie apocalypse, you can bet your ass that there's going to be some naive dummies that life, because that's how real life works. There's just people that they just go through life being a dummy, and they have kind of a good attitude, and they're naive, and they just kind of miss
Stumble
stuff.
through it. They kind of just
Something
stumble
tells
through it
me
somehow,
It's like
and they just
one-
get through it.
they would be where they were relative to when it started. Because those type of people
Yeah.
don't move along. They're just like, oh,
No
I'm
shit.
gonna hang out
No,
here
yeah,
like
they're
a
not gonna
fucking
go and
idiot."
wander. You know, like, and if
Well,
they're
no.
forced
Also,
out, they're gonna find the closest place they can shelter down in.
And
I'm gonna have
hide,
to,
and that's it.
take a contrarian opinion on this. So, like, the Zombieland is gonna be rough, right? But having 2 people to work is better than 1, and having 5 people is better than. So you do have to figure out how to trust some people at least, and you can't just
No.
go through life smoke because you know what's
Of
gonna happen.
course.
They're gonna
Those
be
type
like,
of people,
there's gonna be those type of people who get along and get together, and then they
Yeah.
hear about you being a bandit, and there's gonna be 30 of those motherfuckers that show up, grab you, and hang you from a fucking tree. Because
That's
that's how
exactly
the world
right. Yeah.
has always worked since humans have began.
those
That's
type
our
of
base
people,
operating system is
Yeah,
to make a
because
small
You're
tribe.
gonna be like, I'm super badass smoking these idiots, and they're gonna be like, this other town of retards, trusting retards, are fucking trying to trade with us, and they have shit we
Let's
want,
steal
and we
their
have
shit.
shit they want, and then lonely Justin is gonna be over there with fucking a militia of jackasses showing up and being like, I guess we're hanging you now, or they'll fucking like crucify you or do something insane right on the street with a sign that says no bandits.
Oh, because I'm
Just to
glad you
make a
pointed that out.
fucking example.
Because I was literally gonna say those type of people, they get Otis. I'm Shane, they're Otis. Oh no, I shot you, and now you're
Shoot him in the
fucking-
leg.
Yeah,
All I have to
bleed
do
your
is
ass
run
for
faster
good.
than you.
You're
Although
inept
Shane
to-
Shane was going to run faster than Otis no matter what. It didn't matter.
Oh yeah, but it definitely slowed them down and allowed them to escape. But
Yeah.
the other thought is
Walking
like,
Dead is the
that guy-
dumbest show ever. Whoever wrote it is a moron.
I think the
The
beginning
guy
was
could
good.
have. The guy went to Atlanta, and there's a fucking tank and a front end loader sitting right there.
Well, he got
A
in the
front end
tank.
loader. A front end loader. I could
Yeah.
get rid of. I could get. Look, if I put in a 12-hour day,
Oh,
and I
especially
have
if the zombies
podcasts
are
I
into
can
the
still
noise.
download. You put a stereo in the
Dude.
fucking bucket. That's it. You put the stereo in the bucket. You have the bucket like this far off the ground, like 6 inches, and you just drive along, and they're gonna go and come out. Then you turn around and you smush them over, and then you scoop them in the bucket, and you go and dump them in a burn pile, and you do that for 12 hours a day until you run out of diesel, and then you got to find more diesel. But
You
you're
would
gonna put
wanna-
a
you would-
huge fucking
you
dent
would-
in them.
I mean,
I
there's
would
a
be
lot
the-
of holes in the
I would
plot
be
and
the
stuff like
Atlantan
that.
hero. They'd be like,
You
"Oh
would-
my god, this
You
guy's
would
great.
run
He got
out
rid of all the zombies."
You would run out of zombies before you ran, like, on the first day.
Yeah,
They would all be dead. Like the
they're
bucketing.
just gonna keep coming, and I'll just be
Actually,
like, "Brrr."
The best scheme is
Buried
to
'em.
two-man that shit, right?
Yeah,
Two-man it, and you have one guy in a D6 just half asleep, spinning, fucking
this is
stock
Robert
turning.
right here. Robert's the guy in the D6, just passed out, drunk as fuck. And
He's
his
not gonna
D6 just.
No, he's gonna be smoking a pack of Reds the whole time.
Yeah, it's just Spot turning and smoking
He's in his
cigarettes.
fucking
Window
cigarette
crack.
hanging out.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just
just
with a cigarette just teetered on there.
no naps for Bob when he works because he'll have that fucking big cup of black coffee that melts your fucking intestines. He's just drinking that, smoking a
Dude,
cigarette.
I fucking drink that shit and fall right asleep.
Yeah, yeah.
It does nothing.
If you have ADD, coffee will put you down. So
I don't know. But back to that Otis fuck. Also, he's pretty inept because he shot a kid thinking it was a deer. Tells me he's not a very good hunter.
Well, he's got that fucked up
No.
eye. You ever seen that guy's eye? He's all fucked up. He shouldn't be out there hunting anyways.
Why
One of the
are
other
you
people
sending
could
the
be.
blind
He was a
dude
risk
to go
anyway. He
hunt?
looked like he had diabetes.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit would get cleared up really fast, either through him dying of diabetes or fucking being hungry and it cures
Yeah.
itself magically.
fasting will
In
get
this-
rid of that right away.
In the Zombieland world, though, Otis over here eating a bunch of Hostess cupcakes.
He'd have the last Twinkie in fucking Tallahassee come and fucking take him out.
Tallahassee would definitely
Twinkies,
fucking
dude.
murk him for eating the last Twinkie.
Also,
I love zebra cakes. These are perfect.
all those things that they are looking for are perishable. Like the wandering in a car move wouldn't work. Gas is only good for so long.
Yep.
So they would be, quickly back on foot looking for a place basically to settle down where they could grow crops. And if you could like grow corn and maybe wrangle up some like goats and cows and have a gang of assholes to help you out, like you're pretty
Again,
good.
That the main character, that dickhead tells me, like he's just moseying around. He doesn't know how to fucking plant corn. He's over
Well,
here fucking-
Tallahassee wasn't really going out there to survive.
Also,
He was going out there to find a
there's-
Twinkie, then end it.
like across the
Yeah, I'm talking about
Midwest,
the fucking
there's
weed.
gonna be whole farm communities that are completely untouched by the zombie apocalypse.
The Amish? The Amish are gonna
Amish,
fuck
yeah.
zombies up, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an Amish run? They run as fast as Mennonites, and boy, those fuckers can run.
They just built
They're
their
fast.
old fort using fucking logs, so they're just like, this shit will last a millennium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fortress.
Well, also the Amish, like, despite being pacifists, they also like guns, and it's like their humanity is gone. They're like, well, I guess we could kill these guys because they like guns because they use them for
Well,
hunting.
something tells me that they would
They
have no
like
issues shooting
they like
zombies.
ARs. Yeah, it seems like a logic, like not a long leap to be like, well, they're not really human anymore, so I guess we can shoot them.
Not even that. I would just say that their god would probably be like, you know what? These are the devil. We need to clear them out.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
they,
they're pacifists, so they don't even fucking like think they should be like doing anything. So they're a bunch
well,
of
they
The worst
probably
part
feel
is
that they
there's-
were an abomination. So
yeah,
Oh yeah.
or something.
The worst part about a lot of that, like if there was a real zombie apocalypse, like I live in a little small town, and I seen like you say you've seen all the signs, you're like, oh shit, this is actually a zombie apocalypse. You would never be able to convince everybody in town to just shoot the zombies right away and
Oh,
keep
hell
it
no.
from spreading.
oh hell no.
You would never do it. Now, I think in a small town like mine, there would be there'd be more than half of the town would be fine. Half of them would be tweakers, so you'd have to like basically immediately start shooting tweakers.
Yeah,
Because somehow the damn tweakers would
that-
fucking make it.
that
Yeah,
would
but
be
then they-
a worse problem than the zombies real fast.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, yeah,
They'll just
those
go
would
in
be the
they'll
beginning of
be
the
doing-
bandits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
cannibals.
yeah, like they're already
Doing
kind of
anything
the raiders. In fucking
Although,
normal times. So
in fairness, once they're forcibly dried out because their meth line is fucking cleared up because of the zombies,
Yeah.
they might dry out and become somewhat like deal withable.
I mean, I actually, maybe instead of shooting them, the very best thing to do would be to tell them, yeah, my cousin lives
just
over there,
fucking-
and there's
Just tie
meth.
'em
There's
up
still
in some
there's
house
still a
for
town in
week.
Oregon that's untouched and because there's so many meth people there. It's the meth capital of Oregon. And the guy's
It's
like,
the meth
Portland?
colony.
Yeah, whatever you think. Head over there.
exactly, whatever town you think
You
it
should
is,
go there.
that's what it is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's called Spokane, Washington. Just send them on over.
I mean, there's
You
lots
do
of
the-
meth everywhere, but yeah.
do their great meth pilgrimage to join the last meth colony in the United States.
Me, I would probably just commandeer some equipment and then cut down a ton of trees and then make like a tree wall
Yeah,
that they can't get over with spikes. And then I would try and wrangle up a bunch of dogs.
You want to
The
be
shitty
difficult
part
to
would
do
be
that.
shooting the dogs when they got into the zombies that came over the top. God, that would be terrible, but whatever.
Well, that's if those zombies act like, like World War Z. That would be fucking terrifying. But if it's just like those
You
sluggish bastards,
could do a shield wall on them with a couple layers of dudes with spears behind them and probably stop them. I think that
You could
would
do
work.
that too. I just think that the log wall with a great big gate would really fuck them up.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah,
you build a
could
trench, you do the
you
pipes.
put that around the village.
Yeah.
Shit, with enough concertina wire, you could get them bagged up in that shit real quick.
And then you have a bunch of 12-year-olds with 22s just shooting them as they're tangled up in this concertina wire.
Yeah.
It's a good method to teach them. You're like, all right, now aim, shoot.
We're learning monks and shit
Oh,
today.
then there's a meth guy. Fuck, I'm just trapped in the wire. That's a meth guy. Shoot him first. Oh, you missed him.
Leave them there.
That
He's an easy
sucks.
target for the zombies. They get distracted on
Yeah.
the way in.
Yeah, he's the bait.
Also, if they're attracted to sound, it'd be really easy to use a sound trap to bait them where you can.
Oh no,
can
yeah. I mean, you
handle
can just
'em.
fucking go
dig
sit
a
out a fucking
huge
drone
hole,
after
You
them.
dig a huge hole and you just fucking bait them, and they walk into it.
Yeah.
then they're just
What's the
stuck
lore
there.
on how good they are at walking compared to how they were in their previous self? Are they worse or better?
It depends what
On,
stage
like,
they're
different-
in.
I feel like that
Well, like-
makes more sense. Like, if you only have so much muscle mass, or if you're a big blob of shit, you're not gonna be moving that fucking fast.
So
No.
according to most like zombie lore that's out there, like a freshly turned zombie is going to be stiff and really slow moving because the rigor mortis. But then they get like what's called like a rigor break, and that's where the rigor mortis pretty much breaks, and they gain the full motion back again, and that's when they start getting faster again, and they're slightly more coordinated, and when they become their most dangerous is
I
after the
feel
rigor mortis
like-
break.
But they're
If
not
they're-
more coordinated than they
No.
were as a human being, correct?
Yeah.
No. They're not
Alright,
as
so
coordinated as they were as a
easy.
human
Here's the other
being,
thing, as
A
but
moat,
they're more
a moat
dangerous than
would
like
work
a
great.
fresh zombie.
I was just thinking, just a run-of-the-mill trench that you put fucking
Yeah.
sticks and
A
pike
trench
on.
would work great too. A moat would be even better because they'd splash around in it as long as you have it
Sink
like
to the
above
bottom.
arm level. They can't even body themselves up there if their moat's deep enough.
Because that's the other thing. There's no air in their lungs. But as soon as they step into that water, they're sinking to the bottom like a fucking anchor.
Yeah.
Well, it depends
Well, that
about the
also
gases that
depends-
might build up
It
in them.
depends
But,
on the kind of the zombie lore in that particulars, because like
yeah,
what Ricky was talking about, like I don't think the rigor applies if the zombies are like just infected and not like undead.
Yeah, 'cause they're not
zombies.
dead then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, yeah. If it's like 28 day later kind of zombie, they're not dead, so they're gonna have that full range of speed and motion, everything like that they
Yeah,
originally
and-
had.
They'll
you know.
probably deteriorate over time too at that because
Well,
just
yeah, they
like-
would get
Yeah,
exposed.
as the body
Well, I mean, they would have
as the-
exposure to the elements. And they would
exposure
slowly
and
just-
starvation, you know.
Yeah,
is
they
not
would just
good.
As
slowly
time
wear the
go
fuck
on,
down.
They'd be like gloop and then fucking like stuck to the floor or crawling with no
Yeah, but
legs.
if you get like
That type of
your
shit.
typical zombie there that like they're dead, but the virus prevents decay, then you have the long-lasting zombies that aren't going to be really, getting
Well,
taken
that's-
out just by the elements.
That'd be like the clickers
Yeah.
from the
You
Last
know,
of Us.
Last
Those
of
would
Us.
be fucking terrifying
You
because
know,
they could
That
so-
just.
sounds like an
hibernate and
ethnic
then
slur,
move.
Justin.
Yeah, so
What'd you say?
I said that sounds like an ethnic slur, Justin. The
Clickers?
clickers.
Yeah. So,
I
So
don't
there's
know
the-
who it
we
would
could
be
definitely call
referencing.
fat white ladies clickers. That's
Oh
funny.
my gosh, that's probably a socially acceptable term then.
Yeah.
so the zombies in World War Z book and the Zombie Survival Guide, those ones don't decompose because nothing will eat the flesh. Like flies,
Yeah.
bacteria, none of it will eat the flesh. So basically, they don't heal themselves. So eventually, they will break down because of injuries
wear and tear
when they're
but
doing stuff. But there won't be actual like decomposition or anything like that with them.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
they
Is
just
that
you
what
know
they
keep
make
coming.
armor hot dogs out of?
That's right.
Yeah.
They make it out of zombie flesh.
Robert,
But that-
remember those
they're-
fucking hot dogs that Max wouldn't eat, and that dog would eat a hydraulic fitting.
And their flesh is poisonous. So like if you have a dog and it eats the flesh, it dies. It doesn't turn into a zombie, but it does die.
Yeah.
So
But it
Well,
won't
that's
eat the
gonna-
flesh, right?
Yeah.
a dog shouldn't, but if they were protecting you, they might bite and then get some flesh inside their mouth. You know,
What
does
they're
that
not.
make
They're
it
not
worse?
gonna. Hopefully,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
They're
most of
like
the time, like
wild
when
dog.
something eats, like an animal eats or is exposed to the zombie virus, it dies, and that kind of
At least in that
situation
one,
there.
in that book,
yeah,
that
like,
doesn't happen in everything.
yeah, like they don't like in that kind of situation there. They don't turn and become an animal zombie. They just die off. So like you'll see like forests
makes
and
more sense
lakes just
because-
full of dead animals because the zombies got in there and tainted the fucking water supply or something like that there.
Yeah.
But then you also
But that
have
makes more
others.
sense, because if it's like an airborne pathogen or something, or like a virus that only
Yeah.
humans can get, a dog or fucking wild animals, not.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Is like a lot of times, like most like viruses and illnesses, like like sometimes they like they can jump between species, but for the most
Mhm.
part, it's like each species has its own set of viruses and illnesses that it can get, and other animals don't really get it. And it's
Well,
like, and it takes like a massive mutation in order
like
for it
28
to be
days
able to
later,
jump
Or a
to-
government-funded
jump
lab
species.
make it happen. You can do it with that.
Well, yeah, but that's also comes down to the whole
Yeah.
fact of like it's a fucking mutation that they're causing, and
28 days later-
it makes it jump.
That one was
Yeah.
like mad cow disease or rabies.
That was rabies.
That was a
Yeah.
rabies virus that got mutated into like just fucking them up and making them go rage mode.
Yeah.
But they took the idea from mad cow disease, like that kind of thing. Like it's just a rage thing, like dementia.
Yeah. And then you got Resident Evil, where it's a fucking like bioweapon that transforms stuff.
Well,
into
it was
monsters.
originally meant to like
Continues to
For
be-
2020.
well, it was originally meant to rejuvenate
Nope.
damaged or dead cells.
Never,
wasn't it?
never meant for that. It was always meant for bioweapon.
I could have sworn that
That's the
creator-
commercials they put out. That was never what it was
that
for.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
Pfizer's propaganda. I mean,
Yeah.
Wait, are you
Ricky,
saying commercials
Ricky.
can sometimes be dishonest, Steve?
Yeah, Ricky,
I know
I don't
it's
know if
crazy,
you're aware
huh?
of this or not, but sometimes people on the TV, they do this thing when they're pretending they're news people, they say, but they lie.
They
A
say
lot.
things
Most of it.
that aren't true.
80% of it is a lie or an exaggeration.
Wait,
It's
CNN
never
lies.
the truth. Yeah.
Yeah. So Umbrella was just trying to develop a bioweapon, and then they were trying to spread it,
Mhm.
and so they
It
created
was
this.
intentional.
Yeah, and they're like trying to make people into big fucking weapons and stuff like that, which is why when they're like injected straight up, you get guys who turn into like the Titan ones that have like the big long arms and the weird eyeballs in the backs and stuff.
Well, they turn into Nemesis.
Or then no, Nemesis is a different thing. His is like a
Yeah, it's
different
different
like
from
thing because he's able to be controlled. Where the Titans were like things that they kind of still had a mind of their own, but they were like giant monster dudes that had like giant fucking long tentacle arm and like a big claw on the other side. They typically looked about the same. And depending on the virus also, because there's like the T virus, the G virus. There's like fucking a fungal one in newer games.
The only thing
They
is,
were
I'm
like-
saying off of all that though is because in one of the earlier movies there, they meet the main scientist who made the T virus there, and he was saying like the whole reason why he made that shit there was because his daughter was paralyzed, and when she was injected with it, she was able to walk again, but she didn't turn into a zombie because he would inject her with the antivirus afterwards. But what it did is it rejuvenated her stem cells in her spine and made her to where she could walk again. But he
Yeah,
had
I
to,
remember. I remember what you're talking
but
about.
like he had to
yeah.
like make sure that like she always took the antivirus so the T virus wouldn't like overtake, and he was explaining this to them that like that's the reason why he made the T virus was to rejuvenate damaged or dead cells in this like what his daughter had, so that people could live their lives again. And that's what
But-
he was saying to the group of why he made that virus. Like
But
that's why
that
he
was
said
the
he made the
movie.
virus, and this was the scientist who made the virus. Is why he said
that was
that's
the
why
movie
he made
version.
the virus.
Listen,
They
Ricky,
took the movie
Ricky.
and just completely pulled away from the game and the
Ricky.
comics.
Justin,
So
would you expect honesty from a scientist who's secretly making biological weapons?
We were not doing gain of function research.
I wouldn't expect
talking
them to have the integrity to just be like, oh, we were just doing bioweapons here and it got out of hand because we're idiots.
They
They'd be
don't
like,
write
"Oh,
emails to each
it
other
was
on their
a-
private thing and
it
be like,
was a
hey,
fuck up."
don't talk about how we were sending money to these fucking things. We would never do that.
Dude, I feel like
They proved it.
look, I don't know why we're talking about this. Fauci is an American here.
Yeah.
But Ricky, I do know what you're talking about because I do remember
is
that.
the
It's like in the
science.
second movie, I think,
yeah,
when they find him, and he does talk about that. But like because the T virus still turns you, Umbrella took it and just did their own thing. But yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. The original
and then it
scientist was doing
after
that.
that. Like,
But he still had a virus that was going to turn somebody, and he had to use an antivirus to not turn somebody.
well, I think
So it was
it's-
still a thing.
Well, I think it's more along the lines of what he was getting at is that like that wasn't his original intent for it to do that. It's just kind of like how it turned out because it's a living fucking organism.
Yeah.
You can't control every aspect of it there, which is why he created the fucking antivirus to keep it in check. And then once fucking Umbrella got, wind of like what this
God,
thing was
that's fucking
doing,
scary.
Yeah, and then they started injecting
what
dogs
was
and
the
bunnies
thing?
and
gorillas and fucking
Gorillas
gorillas and
them,
lizard
funded it.
people.
and then they were
So
injecting
you-
people with it and turning them into
Can I get some
liquors.
clarification here?
Yeah.
So you were they inject them with the T virus, and then
Uh-huh.
they have to. Do they have to constantly like on a
Yes.
schedule inject them with the antivirus?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Otherwise, they turn.
Oh, okay. So that's just a
Yeah.
scam, so that they can get you hooked on some drug that. By the
Yeah.
way,
This was
we're
this
the
was
only ones who can
only
make it.
this was
You should take
only
your
the this was only the doctor with his daughter. Once they did all this stuff, Umbrella just took it and used it to make monsters.
Yeah.
They didn't give two
Umbrella
shits about
had-
Can you
healing people.
imagine being like a emotionless big corporation and you find out about a drug that if you inject it into somebody later on you have to give them constant other drug injections that you can write your own pay on. Yeah, it's $1 trillion. It doesn't matter. It could be $10,000 a shot. Are you going to turn into a fucking zombie? And it'll make you young again, or whatever Ricky said. So, like, Christopher Reeves
Dude.
would have been over there, like, shoot me in both ass cheeks, daddy. And then he'd be over there just writing
Oh my
checks
God.
out. But
There
we
would
could see in
be,
the Superman.
like, if your
Or
option is to
Bizarro.
turn into a zombie, or just like come up with money you don't have, there would be a lot more Luigi situations happening on those dudes.
Yeah, the meth guys would be
Well, they did.
like
That's why they hired.
fucking nothing.
They're
compared
like,
to those
oh,
guys.
I took their
Mhm.
stupid thing, and I guess I'm gonna turn into a zombie.
Well, I think what the
I could
ultimate
just
goal
be,
was.
I should just chimp out. Fuck it.
Well, I
Time
think
to chimp out.
I think what the ultimate goal for the Umbrella Corporation was there, like once they got a hold of the virus, like they realized what was going on with it, is they all went down to like a huge underground bunkers and shit like that there to write it out there. And what they were doing is they wanted to do a reset of the world where they had like pretty much servants just serving them and them only. So they were going to just do a ruling class and then a slave class kind of world there. And so they were just trying to wipe the world clean by releasing the virus.
Yeah, and then Alice went down there and blasted them all.
Yeah,
Do
Umbrella
they,
one
do
of
they
them did.
understand that
Because there's like a
get them
million of
to
her now.
Yeah.
Provide the antidote.
in that situation, like their security personnel become the ones running the show, and they're kind of redundant.
You mean Star?
No,
Like,
Star wasn't their security.
If you're like the security,
Robert's just
personnel
talking in general about security.
for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people
So
that are doing like
In
you have,
that,
let's say you have this guy Gil Bates, right, and he does that and wipes the world, but he has like his fucking security team there to watch it, and they're just like, you know what? Fuck this guy. He doesn't do anything. We run the show, and they just shoot him and throw him out in the fucking dumpster with everyone else.
so
Like,
in
I guess
the
we're in
in
charge
the
now.
Umbrella thing, the executives and shit like that all had some special fucking like virus that they gave themselves that made them fucking like super powered. Because you had like Wesker and shit like that all had like mind powers and like fucking regeneration and shit. Like you couldn't. It was damn near impossible to kill him.
Well,
without,
it
like,
also
obliterating
depended
him.
on like the level of infection,
Yeah.
which would determine what you turned into. So like a small infection would turn you just into a normal fucking zombie. You have a higher level infection, you're gonna turn into a licker. You get even more, you get turned into a titan. You get even more of that, you turn into a psionic titan, which is what fucking that Wesker dude fucking turned into because he just kept injecting himself over and over.
Well, when he kept
and
dying,
over and over and over
when
again.
when Alice kept killing him, he just kept fucking trying to get stronger. So
exactly, and
he's like, "Fuck,
and he just
gotta do
kept
it better."
fucking injecting himself, which turned him into a
And
fucking
dying by
one,
quotation marks.
which just turned him into a fucking huge ass psionic fucking fucking titan there. Whereas Alice, she is technically a zombie. She's an infected individual, but she's like the reason why they were cloning her is because like she didn't lose herself or mutate really in it, other than getting incredibly strong and fast. That's the only thing
Psychic
that happened
powers,
to her.
too. She had psychic powers too.
Yeah. Well, that was later on, but
Also, none of this is anything to do with the video games or the books or anything
No,
like
it
that.
doesn't.
Like none of that shit. Like the fucking what's his name? It's fucking Mia Jovovich's husband or
Stars?
boyfriend or whatever. He's the dude who made these movies, and he just did it so that she had a movie to be
Yeah.
in for the next fucking 20
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Yeah.
None of it had anything to
Gee,
do with it.
that's
So
a good move.
Yeah.
They broke away from all of that.
That's really sweet of them.
Yeah.
because in the games and stuff, like the last games, it was this fucking like fungus thing that comes from some place in Eastern Europe or some shit, and then it like gave different powers to different like families in this village or this like fucking like mountain fortress thing or whatever. So like there's the big lady that's got the fucking vampire powers. There's like a magnet guy that like fucking has like magneto powers and shit. There's a fucking weird fish man. And then there's like a guy that like control like marionette people and shit like that. So he like has all these creepy ass fucking dolls. I think he's like psychic or some shit. I don't know. It's fucking weird. And then they're like trying to like get the main character in there because he's like able to. He's kind of the Alice of the thing. He's able to take the whatever the fuck's going on and like survive.
No, yeah, like
through all the other shit.
He can be infected, but it doesn't like consume him like it does others. Like he still retains his fucking humanity and whatnot, even after he was originally infected, because he's got like his system just kind of like works with it.
Like, well, there's a reason for that, but then you got Chris
properly.
Redfield in there just blasting the fuck at everything.
Yeah.
So
it's understandable.
What's it called when you write a story about somebody like you that's like a fantasy? Like something you
biography.
Nah, it's not really that.
Autobiography.
Okay. It's kind of so. I was thinking about this just now. It seems like Zombieland is kind of like a nerd's way to write in a legitimate situation where he might possibly be able to have sex with an attractive woman.
Yeah.
Without having to do anything to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in real life, you have to like do stuff and get it to happen. It's not just like you fall down.
You have to talk to them to begin with.
Yeah, there's that.
That's the most
And I was just thinking, like, there's a better chance that what happened in Zombieland 1 is he fell and he bonked his head, and he had a psychotic break before he opened the door for the lady next door, and he's been in there just having a psychotic break in a coma. And this is his fucking fantasy he came up with. Oh yeah, I'm a ding dong nerd who's somehow just gonna survive. Like that guy is. How the fuck would he have cardio? I've played World of Warcraft 2. I know people who play
running from bullies.
They don't have good cardio.
No, he runs from bullies.
He doesn't leave the house.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Those motherfuckers don't run from bullies, Ricky. This is what they do. That's what they do. They don't run. The ones who run don't end up being nerds. They run. They do stuff. They're like, oh, I can just outrun the bully. That guy? No, he's not running at all. He's just going to go like this, and then they're going to sock him. And then, like, Tallahassee wouldn't just be like, well, I'm obviously going to plow the woman here. You're an idiot. That's what would happen. She's like, what woman is... All right, you guys have been around women before. What woman's going to be attracted to that guy versus Woody Harrelson?
Wait. Ricky, have you?
None.
Yeah. Like none, right?
That's the low blow.
Just asking. The rest of us have proof.
Oh no, Ricky's definitely done stuff. Don't be mean, Jesus.
I
He's 39 years old or 7 or something. He managed to get her done. Ricky can baffle him with bullshit with the best of them.
the baffler.
Yes. That's how I did it. I have proof though.
Ricky's not even in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. He's there on Steve's.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't even
Yeah.
see him. I'm just kidding, Ricky. I'm just kidding.
Justin can't help himself but be an asshole.
Look, man, I have plenty of excuses I could use right.
I was just gave you just can't help yourself. There you go.
It's because my
the way
mom
it
didn't
is.
love me. She left me when I was a kid.
That's not an excuse. Jesus.
Maybe
He
it's
watched way too much Mary Povich when he was at home crying himself to sleep without his mommy there. All these dumbass excuses. Oh, I'm mean because of some dumb reason. It's like,
It's
yeah, your
because
mom
I
didn't
spent too
hit
much-
you.
I spent too much time with Robert.
I mean, that's
That's
he is a
also
bad
an
influence.
acceptable-
Yeah,
No,
that's
he's
little. It's a little bit of an excuse, but yeah.
he got his
'Cause
Robert's-
Eric can relate to that one. He's like, yeah, Robert.
Who do you
That
think
definitely
taught
got me
Robert how
to
to
do
act
things.
like that?
I thought Robert was the older one.
No, I'm the older
No,
one.
Eric's the older brother.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
I'm the
Oh.
middle.
yeah.
Eric was the ringleader, coming up with all the schemes.
Yes, I was. I always had schemes and things to do. That was kind
Robert
of
was
my.
Eric's fall guy.
Yeah, I was just there to
No,
have fun.
we didn't have Fall Guys. There was no snitching.
We all went
That's
down
why-
together as a team.
Even if, okay, this is how my mom worked. It didn't matter if I was even home. Okay, if Robert or Dan did something wrong, I got a spanking too, because, and I quote, "That's fair."
You guys kind of remind
Not
me of
shitting
fucking
you.
Malcolm in the
I was
Middle.
with my
Like,
dad
honestly, you do.
at the shop doing stuff, and I'm like 8 years old. I come home, mom lines me up and spanks me, and I'm like, "What the fuck am I getting a spanking for?" I didn't say that because I was like 8, but that's what I was thinking. And she's like, "Well, your brother's got a spanking," and I'm like, "Okay, what? I didn't do anything wrong. That doesn't matter. This is what's fair."
It sounds like your parents and mine were of the same tree because it was you are your brother's keeper, and that's like, bro, I wasn't even here, and you're beating my ass. How was that my
Yeah.
fault?
I think
should've
my
been
mom
a
just
better
knew I was
example
up to
for him.
something and was like, "I'm not going to let him think he got one over on me. He probably talked him into doing this somehow."
Probably true.
Which I only talked him into doing one thing that they got a spanking for that I wasn't there for. But I got a spanking for that. I didn't get away with it. Jesus. My favorite was like I was sick. I had the shits and I was barfing real bad. And then I got a spanking, and I was hoping so bad for explosive diarrhea in the middle of the spanking, but no, of course not. God, that would not have been like, Cartman level of diarrhea is what I had. Okay.
It's the original bio warfare.
Yeah, then she would have been like, yeah, I didn't even fucking have anything to do with this. That's what you get. You're playing with fire, Anyways, that shit was annoying. But yeah, I always was. I came up with pretty much everything. But I never, like, if I'd made a thing like a ramp or whatever, I always tested it out first. You can ask Robert. I fell off the zip line, and he wanted to go first on that one.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
never got
he
to
was
go
like-
first on anything. You were always going first. It didn't matter.
Yeah, well, I was the one who came up with the idea and executed the plan
'cause-
most of the time.
That's because
Our
you
mattress.
wanted,
You know
you
what's
wanted
funny?
to do it, so you're like,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this. 'cause
What's
I
funny
wanna
is we
do
talk about my goof
I'm
ups,
going.
but nobody talks about the mattress mountain that we used to jump off the fort with. That was a fucking huge success. We jumped off of that fucking thing so many times.
I don't
That
think
was
you even
rad.
got us
Did I just hear
thinking
you
putting a
say
mattress
everyone talks about
outside.
my failures and not my awesome successes?
Yeah, I said that. And I came up with like rope swings that were rad. That's about it. We had a lot of failures in there. There's
The match.
my
is
favorite was the
fine.
bike ramp that I
What was
got,
that?
where my dad couldn't be fucked to have real plywood, so we had like some like eighth inch or I don't know
The
quarter-inch
composite
plywood. Oh yeah, and I fucking hit that sucker. You know what? I'm not even shitting you. It may have been the outside layer of some veneer that was like plywood size.
It's
It was
basically
not-
Anyways.
cardboard.
It was not fit for purpose, is what he said.
No, I hit that sucker and then ran right into the wall, and everybody thought it was great except for me. It hurt a lot. I think I even got a spanking for that.
You get hurt and then you get hit because you got hurt.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I remember when I broke my arm and I fucking
Yes.
stayed outside for like 2 hours. I thought I was gonna get a whooping
Yes,
for
you did.
that.
It was more like 4 hours. You know what happened is you stayed there until it interfered with Dad's dinner, and he's like, just get it over with. Because if you would have came in with the broken arm after he was fed, you would have got a spanking for sure. It would have been Dad's wussy spankings, though. Like he didn't really
Yeah.
let us have it,
No, he didn't.
which was,
That was nice.
that was
Cool.
cool. Yeah, because he was huge. That would have been horrible if he was like going full tilt on us.
That's probably why he didn't hit you. He's like, I don't want to kill him.
Yeah, that's
And
probably it.
he did hit me a couple of times full strength when I think I was like 11, and we rolled a tire into his truck. It was a truck tire, like a log truck tire. So I'm like, I'm not a big 11-year-old either. I might have been 10. I don't remember.
He was not fit for purpose on doing that.
No. So I go to let it out, and I'm not shitting you. It just knocks me over because it's fucking heavy. It weighed more than I did.
Yeah.
And it starts rolling down towards the truck, and I ran over there and tried to like stop it, and it ran me over, and then it slammed to the side of his truck, and I was super nervous, and I get
also, of course, as this always is the case, it's the truck he just bought like 3 days before.
that he waited a month on to get.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That he spent a gazillion dollars getting a nice bed put on it so he could put all his tools in there.
And it was funny. Like if it would have hit the bed, it wouldn't have hurt shit. But instead, there's that there's the door, and then there's that little piece in between the door and the actual like truck bed. It
The
hit the
crumple
bottom of
zone.
that, dented it, and then my
Folded it.
dad. Then of course I'm kind of laughing because I just got run over by a tire twice, and it still hit the fucking truck, and it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I knew an ass kicking was coming, so I was like, well, if I have a little bit of endorphins from the laughing, it won't be so bad. So he was making mirror extensions with a piece of aluminum, and it had an angle cut in it that was like, I don't know, a 20 to 30 degree angle. So like a knife angle. He just threw it at me. And God is my witness, the only time I have ever dodged anything effectively was that, like, I've been hit in the head with every dodgeball ever thrown at me. Every football, baseball, rock, shoe, every fucking other thing. Cell phone. The fucking piece of deadly aluminum, I fucking ducked it. And I was pumped over that. Then he kicked me in the tailbone and broke it and launched me way off in the distance.
So
And
basically,
Robert and Dan thought that shit was fucking funny.
so
I
basically,
think
you've
I
been
was
running off a
skating out of the whole
25-year
thing in
high.
the house.
Somebody was laughing. I don't know who it was because it wasn't me. It fucking hurt.
He's running off a 25-year high. He's like, dude, I successfully
And then
dodged that shit.
mom
I'm
ran
fucking
out
awesome."
there. Yeah, then mom ran out there and was fucking like yelling and losing her shit.
Yeah.
And
It was a
listen to
nightmare.
them.
All over a fucking, like, a stupid thing. Like, hey guys, here's a truck tire that's literally weighs more. I think it still had the fucking wheel in it.
Yeah.
A truck wheel's fucking heavy.
Yeah, those
It was
things
a
are
real prick.
fucking, they're like,
Imagining you trying to stop it as it's rolling, and it just
Yeah.
wrecks you even more.
It ran over the top of me. I had a fucking track print on my shirt, and he still was like, we're killing him. Fuck him. And then, like, 10 minutes later, we're eating dinner. It was more like a couple hours. Nothing happened. Which was incredible how they did that.
Jesus.
But it made me the guy I am today. Now I know that I can duck a fucking sharp piece of aluminum when it's chucked right at my face. I did that. I was so happy with myself over that
Also-
because
Eric has
He
caught
started to-
the vast majority of footballs I have thrown to him or at him. The vast majority.
Yeah.
Most of them don't hit him in the face. That's a lie. He wouldn't keep getting hit in the he doesn't go out there and just get hit in the face with a football. every
Robert,
time he
how many
throws a
times
football.
did you throw the football at my face at the side of my head and then go, "Hey Eric," and had me catch him or dodge him?
Oh, almost never, because you were terrible. At
See?
Because he's your
somebody was-
brother.
And this
The
is a
va-
distance. Robert would never ever get like 15 feet away from me and then throw something as hard as he could at my face. That's not
Robert?
his style at all.
It sounds like you're going easy on him because he's your brother. Because everything you've thrown at him, you hit him with, and everything you shot me with.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
think he
right.
just likes
Robert
you,
has
Wes.
shot Justin a couple of times, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
time he and
I
were
don't
shooting,
think so.
I got
Most
shot.
He sounds
every
like a
single
bullet
time-
magnet.
Every single time Justin was standing right next to me and I was pointed downrange, perpendicular to him.
He's a bullet magnet.
It's like the thing, like one of them was a fucking the
The
bullet
reactive
hit-
target.
the bullet. Well, the reactive targets were bouncing back at us and hit you, which is like
Justin, if
Okay.
you're ever in a zombie
That was-
situation, the first thing you need to do is go to the police station and get all of their armor.
yeah, just get
And
all
then-
the armor
And then coach
turtle
yourself
up.
in it because you're going to shoot you're going to shoot your shotgun and it's going to bounce off of a door and hit you in the eye or something.
Yeah,
I just get maimed by fucking
Plus,
Darwin.
Robert shot me in the eye with a BB gun and permanently damaged my vision. So it's not like I'd never have been shot before.
Well,
Yeah.
I was thinking more lethal because he had to take my Gerber and pull the metal jacket out of my face.
Oh
and
yeah, so
neck and
that
my
one
ear.
hit the muzzle brake on my rifle for some reason, which I don't know why, because it's at that one time when you were standing right there and that's it. And it fucking like peeled off some jacket and fucking
Did
hit
you take a shit in an Indian burial ground or something? Because that's like some fucking.
You know what
That's
he
some
was
really
doing?
bad luck, dude. He's not some
Justin-
Final Destination shit.
Yeah. I don't know how he did it, but when I went to Greece, some gypsies cursed me and Justin fucking he just caught it, you know.
I
He
soaked
took
it
the
up.
heat for it.
He
Yeah.
got the gypsy curse that I skated out of it.
I mean, that's pretty normal because even in D or D&D, I'd pick up the curses. Like, oh, don't worry, I'll take them all.
Oh, you don't even know what Steve's got planned for you next time.
What ratings do you guys give this movie?
This is a 4-star movie. Did you guys like the slow-mo of the stripper boobs right at the beginning?
I was like,
I
Ricky, it's just for you, man. Boobs right in the beginning of the movie.
You know, it's
Yeah.
a good hook.
Kelly?
It is nice to see somebody else that's, a little younger that's seen it and was glued to the screen like me. I'm like, all right. Pretty proud of that. That's nice.
What rating did you give it,
3.5,
Kelly?
Steve.
3.5? Okay. Ricky?
I'll give it a 3.
Wow. It's a pretty high rating for Ricky.
It's a zombie movie.
It's the second highest rating he's ever given.
No, I'm giving higher than that.
I give this movie 4.5 stars. Robert, what fucked up rating you give this?
I give it 7 Hollywood actress turds in the bed. In Johnny Depp's bed.
In Johnny Depp's bed. Okay.
God, that poor son of a bitch. Isn't that a classic case of fuck around and find out?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Justin, do you have a rating for this movie?
It's Zombieland, right?
Yeah.
4. I'm a big fan of zombie movies in general, but that one, get a
Oh
little bit of
my.
action, get a little bit of comedy. I
Yeah.
like that.
I like
I
me
liked
some
it.
zombie
I
movies
liked it.
also.
I like the comedy and the zombies and all that stuff.
I hate them because everybody in them is always so stupid. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Eric
I mean,
can't
this
suspend
one's
his
fine.
Eric can't suspend his disbelief long enough to realize that if he did anything that he's talking about, the movie wouldn't exist and it wouldn't be fun to watch.
Yes,
it would only be fun.
be.
It would only be
called-
fun for
it would
you
be
to
called-
watch. For
Yeah, it
3
would be called
minutes is all it
Bald
would
Fat
be.
Guy gets all the ass in the movie, and it's a love story.
But the
Okay,
fact that Bill
A
Murray's
hero
in it,
fat guy saves the town, and then cleans up all the zombies, and then he gets all the poontang over it because he's a genius. Actually,
Eric's-
because he's
Eric's
the only
watching-
not moron.
Eric's watching the documentary with Ron Jeremy, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Ricky, next week's movie is your
He's a
choice.
little
What are you
too
going to
forceful
choose?
for my liking.
Oh, I'm gonna choose Dude, Where's My Car?
All right, dude, where's my car?
You picked
Uh,
that.
Yeah. All right. So next week we'll be watching Dude, Where's My Car? Check us out on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, Sunday, 7:00 p.m. Pacific time for that. You can also check us out on Wednesday playing some video games on youtube.com/TurgidorPlays and twitch.tv/TurgidorPlays around 7:00 p.m. Pacific time for that one. That'll be it, though. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.